This is Democracy Watch. Mark, we've got a rare bright spot right now for Democrats. There is effectively only one thing that Congress can do, and that is to confirm judges as quickly as possible, as many as possible. So where do the Democrats stand on judge confirmation right now?
Yeah, and I'm cheering them on loud from the sideline. Like every time they post that they confirm another judge, I just keep posting on Blue Sky and elsewhere more, right? And so President Biden has done an amazingly effective job of moving judges to fill vacancies. Senator Schumer, who leads the Senate caucus, has done a great job in keeping his caucus together to get these folks confirmed. And as you say, every day more and more go through. Just to give you some baseline statistics, Trump, who everyone thinks was the master and got more judges than anybody else, he got 234 judges confirmed during his term. Biden has already gotten more than 220 confirmed. And so Biden is on pace right now to equal or exceed the Trump numbers. And these are great picks. I mean, this is a diverse group of people. It is also a very experienced group of judges at all levels. And so, these lame duck appointments are really, really important. Let's not forget, Eileen Cannon was a lame duck appointed judge. So it is till the final minute of the final day that Democrats have the majority. Democrats need to keep confirming these judges.
Well, Trump came forward and demanded that no senators approve any more judges within his party. He posted, "The Democrats are trying to stack the court with radical left judges on their way out the door. Republican senators need to show up and hold the line. No more judges confirmed before inauguration." So what power do Republican senators have to be able to meet Trump's demands?
Yeah, so the irony, by the way, is that Republican senators are now getting skewered because a number of them are, in fact, not showing up. And among the ones not showing up, wait for it, J.D. Vance missed several of these votes. So look, what Republicans...
I should also note, by the way, that when Donald Trump went to watch a rocket get launched with Elon Musk, he was joined by 3 Republican senators, Hagerty, Cruz, and Kramer. So that's where if you're looking for where the Republican senators are, why they're not in the Senate, not that difficult to look in the mirror.
That's exactly right. So look, all the Republicans can do right now is obstruct. Okay, what they can do is they can slow down the Senate by requiring more roll call votes at each stage of the process, by insisting on hours and hours of fruitless debate, but they can't stop it, right? So they can slow it, but they can't stop it. And that's why, Senator Schumer has really done an amazing job saying, great, you want to be here till midnight? We'll be here till midnight. You want to be here till 2? We'll be here till 2 in the morning. But we're not going to stop moving these judges forward. So kudos to him and kudos to the team in the White House. It's not obviously just the president. It's a large team there that identifies these very qualified individuals, gets them vetted. That's right. The White House actually does vetting. They don't just by posting on Twitter or on Blue Sky now choose someone to be a judge. But that work is not done and it'll continue.
Well, to that point, Fox News just posted an article titled "GOP Secures Deal with Schumer to Save Coveted Appellate Judges for Trump." The article explains that the parties came to an agreement which would allow Democrats to hold votes on 4 district court judges in exchange for pulling 4 higher circuit court judicial nominees. So a source with Senate Democrats disagrees with that characterization. They said that these 4 circuit court nominees do not have the votes to proceed anyway. 2 of the vacancies are not even confirmed vacancies, and that Democrats are going to be able to confirm more than a dozen judges through the deal. So regardless of the specifics here, why do Democrats have to strike a deal at all if they're the ones who control the chamber?
Yeah, well, so look, first of all, don't believe anything that Republican senators say on Fox. I mean, they lie about just about everything. And in this instance, they are doing this strategically because their caucus doesn't want to show up. Like think about it this way. If you're a Democrat in the Senate right now, you're showing up and you're confirming President Biden's judges. If you're a Republican senator, you are showing up to basically require longer debate and more roll call votes so that you could eventually lose. So I've seen this on both sides. I've seen this when Republicans are in control. I've seen this when Democrats are in control. And so McConnell and Thune presumably want to make this as painless as they can for their members who are complaining to them. No doubt they want to go home. But they have a problem, which is that they've got Donald Trump out there, watching Fox News. So they have put out something to Fox News to suggest that this was a good deal for them. It is not a good deal for them. What the Senate Democrats said here is correct. There are some of the nominees that have been proposed for seats that actually are not yet vacant. So they're sort of nominees in waiting. So like that's not really giving up anything. And then there are a couple of them that frankly just don't have the votes. I think they probably should have the votes, but they don't. There is one or more Democrat, Joe Manchin, for example, may not support all of them. So they don't have in a very tightly contested Senate the votes, but what they're going to get in return is a lot more, and they're not done. So, just keep your eye on the numbers, and I think you're going to see that number tick up and up and up.
Mark, I know we're living in a post-hypocrisy world right now, but what does it say when the same party that fell over itself to confirm as many judges as they could in the lame duck when Trump was president have now suddenly decided that it's disqualifying. It shouldn't be allowed anymore for Joe Biden to do it because he's got a D next to his name?
Look, this is the thing. Republicans have no shame. So they will not be inhibited by hypocrisy. They don't even understand the emotion of shame or hypocrisy. Yeah. They're just going to do whatever in the moment is the thing that they feel like the most
politically advantageous, politically convenient for them.
Correct. They're going to do the thing that is most politically advantageous and most convenient. They will also do the thing that they feel like they need to do to keep Donald Trump happy. And so, Donald Trump watches Fox News. He hears that Democrats are confirming judges. So the Republicans come up with some cockamamie story about why this is actually good. And then Donald Trump's like, oh, great. The Republicans in the Senate are doing what we need them to do.
Right. We're winning.
We're winning.
Well, what does it say that what does it suggest about the incoming administration that these are the games that Republicans have to pull almost to manipulate the guy who presumably should be the one in charge, but instead you have these Senate Republicans saying, look, we have to, we don't want him to be upset, so we're going to tell him this. Like, it's almost like a parent-child relationship that they have with Trump because they know full well how easily he can be duped, how easily he can be manipulated, and how easy it is to just throw him a bone and he'll think, that and he'll be happy with it. He'll think that they're going to be the winners in all of this. And so what does it say about the incoming administration that we are already seeing instances where the Republican Party is kind of manipulating Donald Trump and saying what they need to say to just skate on by and rid themselves of the inevitable tweets targeting them?
Yeah, it's interesting because I've been listening to a lot of podcasts in the last couple of weeks from people who worked with Donald Trump in the White House. So some of these are some of these are never Trumpers who are, on the outs, but some of them are people who just kind of worked with Trump and, are not part of his current 2024, 2025 movement. And what they all describe is exactly what you just said, is that Donald Trump is not persuaded on policy by what is better or worse for the American people. He's not persuaded on policy by what is more strategic or not strategic for the United States. Instead, he makes decisions. The people who are most effective at moving him on decisions are the ones who explain to him in terms he can explain why he will look good. Yeah. So I listened to this very interesting thing about the debate about, whether the American foreign policy towards the Middle East under Donald Trump should be more towards the Abrams Accords or more towards the hardliners in Israel. And basically what the conclusion is that, Jared Kushner got his way because he was better able to convince Donald Trump that it would be a better PR move for Donald Trump. Like, right. Not that it would be better for American security, not that it would be better for the Middle East, not that it would be better for, the Palestinians or the Israelis or the Saudis or whoever, but literally that Donald Trump would be able to issue a more favorable press release. And that's how American policy was made. So I think this is a big problem for the incoming administration. If people around him know that he is this easily manipulated, it's not just what Senate Republicans will do or House Republicans will do, or even what his cabinet will do, but what about foreign leaders?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, look, if it's this easy for Senate Republicans and they feel this emboldened to be able to manipulate him in public now before he's even come in and when he's presumably at the height of his honeymoon period of his power, think about what Vladimir Putin and the KGB could do, for example, if they're faced with him and he wants to do some closed-door meeting where he expels everybody who could actually help him, who are actually looking out for American interests. He expels all those people out of the room because he thinks he's going to be better. He's going to be able to do a stronger negotiation one-on-one with the guy. He's going to be in for a rude awakening here, and I think we're just seeing the beginnings of that right now. But I know that you will be covering this as closely as possible. and that you've been beating the drum on the judges as well, and that you'll continue to cover it in Democracy Docket, which is the news outlet you founded to focus on everything voting in elections. It's what I use on a daily basis. For those who are watching this right now, if you're not yet signed up for Democracy Docket and you are looking for a trusted news outlet, especially as legacy media continues to fail to meet the moment that we're in right now, please make sure to sign up. I do. I use it on a daily basis. I'll put a link right here on the screen and also in the post description of this video. I'm Brian Tyler Cohen.
I'm Marc Elias.
This is Democracy Watch.